Hey guys, how's it going? This is Mr. Kirby here. I just wanted to give you some instructions, especially for those students who are not in class for the first day of second semester. So we're going to be working on a few things. There have been some updates to the syllabus and other items. Okay, so let me just show you my screen here if I can. Let's see. There we go. All right, and see if I can put it this way. Okay, so I'm gonna adjust my screen so it all fits in here. There we go. All right, so the first thing that you'll see on the Canvas page is called the Language Learning Roadmap. Okay, what the roadmap is just kind of a visual representation of what we go through when we learn a language. At the bottom of the map down here, we see travelers, and they're going down the road with 0 hours of comprehensible input. Now, comprehensible input is what helps us acquire the language. And you're going to need several hours of this, and this is done by listening and also through reading. Okay. So I'm going to be giving you lots of opportunities to do a lot of listening by watching videos in Spanish and also reading books in Spanish. Okay. So we can see in this map, and it's probably hard for you to read it, but on Canvas you can go look at it more detailed. Basically, it has little signs here with how many hours and what happens when you reach those marks of hours, whether you're able to understand the most common words, you're able to understand more things. And as you move up and move up, you became more and more capable and more fluent like. Okay. So that's kind of like everyone's journey. Everyone's journey is different. Every person has different amount of experience and hours in the target language. Okay. Second of all, here is a map of all the countries that speak Spanish. There's 22 countries that speak Spanish, and we're going to be basing our units of study by naming them after Spanish-speaking countries. Okay. So we're going to be using that, and this will also be a link for you to go to the modules page. And here is the syllabus. Okay, there have been some modifications to the syllabus. Some of it is completely the same, but the part that's different here is the portfolio. Let me zoom into that so you can see it a little bit better on the portfolio side. Okay. There we go. All right, so we have the proficiency-based learning portfolio, where half of your grade will be based on your comprehensible input, how much you're listening to Spanish through watching your videos and also reading books in Spanish. Okay, that'll be worth 50%. The other 50% is the summative. So those are going to be the quizzes that are tied to the videos that you'll watch. You'll be keeping a learning journal, and I'll explain more on how that works. You'll be doing a video about yourself, a biography video, and this will help you introduce yourself in Spanish. One of the main things I see is when people meet you, or if you're at work, or if you're in a different country, usually the first thing you talk about is yourself. Okay, people want to know more about you, where you're from, what your interests are, past experiences, about your family. So this is a very useful skill that we'll practice, and you'll make a video about yourself. Okay, that's 10% of your grade. And the last 10% is you interacting with other students and also me in small groups or one-on-one in Spanish. Okay, that's 10% as well. Okay, so this is what creates your whole portfolio. So that is new. Okay, hall passes are the same. This model of blended instruction is a little different. Okay, so we're going to be getting our information from videos. We're also going to get instruction from me directly in person. And also you'll be getting information from books, right? By reading novels in Spanish. Okay. This will also be self-paced. So you'll be working at your own pace. So if you weren't here today or yesterday for the first class, you're behind, but that doesn't mean that you're going to start where everyone else is on that next day. You're going to be starting from the beginning, right? And so you'll need to begin there and complete the tasks for last class. Okay, everything goes in order, all the modules. So self-pacing is good. Some students will go faster, some students will stay on track on pacing, and some will be a little behind and will need to work up to catching up. Okay, so it's important that you do things in order and that you do quality work in class. Okay. Down here below is that map again. Each unit will follow, okay, a series. All the units will be called after Spanish-speaking countries. Okay, the content won't necessarily be specifically about that country. It's just a way that we track where you're at in the course. Okay, it's kind of like a roadmap. Okay, so we're starting with everyone begins in the United States, and then the module 2 is Mexico. Okay, and the next one's Guatemala, and so on. In my room, there is the order there of the flags will be the order of the units of study. Okay, and also below I listed some classroom rules and expectations. You can check those out. I hope to focus on at least one of those per class period that we can talk about it, especially when we're using technology more, that we use the technology responsibly and for educational purposes. So we're not playing a game on our computers to pass the time or to do something else, that we're actually learning and focusing on our work for the term. Okay. All right, so that's my first video to get you guys started. There is more I haven't explained yet, but I will post that shortly. So thank you for being here, and we'll see you real soon.